Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is the next video wherein we are going to discuss about Nifty levels, that what exactly is the sentiment which is going in the market. There are certain points which I was observing in the Nifty, and that's what I wanted to share with you. But before that, I just want to mention that last week itself I had mentioned a particular safe strangled range, and market was just obeying that, and it did not move beyond that particular range. So it was a success for me, and I also traded based upon that particular analysis, and I was able to capture some good points. So overall for this particular week, I would say it was a good week for me. I was able to capture around 0.6 percentage, and so I overall trade with around 8 lakhs of capital, and based on that I was able to capture like 0.6 percentage, and that was roughly around 5 and 5.5, somewhere around that 5.5 thousand. So yeah, that was overall a good success for me. So based upon that, I'm also expecting, so yeah, I would there is one thing which I wanted to mention, that there are two holidays which are coming for the next week, 15th August and 16th August. So it's going to be a long weekend for traders, right? So you can have a rest and you can just have your own peace of mind. You can take some space from trading and can just try to analyze your strategies and can learn certain things and can have fun with your profits. So yeah, we're going to be expecting some good movement to happen on the 17th of August. That's where we are going to be open up. That's going to be the Wednesday, right? So based upon that, we're going to be understanding and we're going to be discussing today in this particular video. So firstly, we're going to be looking at this particular week's performance, like how exactly the Nifty moved, and based on that, we're going to be just taking certain points. So as you can see that market closed today at a point of 17,698. So that means it's kind of sustaining at the level of 17,700, right? But at the same time, you also need to keep a point that let me just open up the days chart over. So this is a days chart, and as you can see that on Thursday there was a small red candle that was made. So market opened up with a good gap up, right? So there was roughly around 180 points of gap up or 200 points of gap up. But at the same time, it started to take a rejection from that particular point, somewhere around. Let me show you the high of that particular day. The high was 17,719. Yeah. So that was the high which was made on that day, and based on that, it started taking rejection and slowly came down. So overall, it was a consolidation. It was not a very sharp fall that was there, but we just need to keep a point that it's not able to sustain the higher levels. Higher levels, what I mean to say, levels above 700s, because you can see that in previous days as well, it has spent so much of time on this particular range, starting from the point of 600, not exactly 600. Let me just show you what exactly is going on. So you can say that 17,600 to 700, 800, these are the points wherein market had sustained for a really good amount of time. So it's going to be more visible and it's going to be more understandable on the weekly chart. So let me open that first, and we're going to be discussing the weekly analysis, like how exactly the weekly's performance is going on, and based on that we're going to be discussing certain points. So as you can see that that was actually the last year candle that I'm going to be discussing and going to be telling you over here, that you can see that the week's candles, that how many week candles are there in this particular range. So you can see that 1 2 3 4 in this particular point, and also there is a good amount of time which was spent. So 18,000 again is going to be a psychological level, so I'm not expecting that to be crossed easily, and at least for this week it's gonna sustain below that particular level. It's not gonna cross, but until or unless there is gonna be a huge momentum on the buying side. But yes, overall we can say that we are still on the bull run, and FI is buying and everything is going on the positive side, and it's continuously buying is going on in the market. And also you can see that, let me just take a look on the SGX Nifty. It's above 750. So that means it's moving at the price of 17,773. So this means the level has been already crossed in SGX Nifty. Talking about Nasdaq, is also on the positive side. It's in the green, and it's again showing the buying happening in the world's market as well. So that means overall we can expect a little bit of gap up that's gonna come in the next week. But at the same time, we just need to be a little bit cautious, because I'm expecting a little bit of rejection that's going to happen around this particular range. You can see the size of the red candles, because now it's going to be in the range of all-time high. So that means most of the people must have been expecting this particular range to be crossed, because it has happened like for like 3 times it has taken the rejection from the levels of 18,000. So it needs to be crossed all of a sudden with some good momentum, or until or maybe sellers gonna trying to stop this particular range to be crossed. So that means we are gonna be a little bit. And also, it's not just like that the 18,000 is going to be a psychological level. We also have to keep a point that from the last 4 weeks, just the buying is going on. You can see the size of the green candles that were formed in just matter of like 4 weeks. More than 1,500 points has been crossed. So there has to be a little bit of retracement, a small pullback has to be there in the market, and that's what I'm expecting around this particular range. So talking about the safe strangles which I was expecting, so from the bottom side, I'm expecting 17,000, right? 17,000 to be as a bottom, just to be on the very safer side. But at the same time, if you just want to go for like okay, so let me just extend this a little bit more. So you can also go 17,200. That can also be a safe strangle for this particular, though the premiums are going to be very low, because market is going to straight away open up on Wednesday, and on Wednesday that we just need to be around the price range of from the strike price like 300, 400 for the strangles to capture some good premiums. But at the same time, if you want to just go completely safe, then what you can do is that right in the morning of Wednesday, you can just take your trades. Maybe you will be able to capture some really good decay in the very initial minutes. So that is something which is possible. But at the same time, 17,200 is gonna give some good premium on Wednesday as well, depending upon the opening which is gonna there. So basically, yeah, what I wanted to mention is that from the upper side, I'm expecting the 18,000, and from the bottom side, if you want to go completely safe, 17,000 is something which you can go for, and 17,200 is also something which you can take a chance, because that's going to be the low of the previous week. So that is something not going to be crossed easily. And also because right now we are on the bull run, so maybe there is going to be just a small candle, a small halt will be there, because this week is just going to be for like 2-3 days. 3 days will be there in this particular week. So in just matter of 3 days, I'm not expecting any kind of a major movement, and definitely market is going to try to go on the upper side. Maybe it's going to cross the high which is made in this particular week, that is 720. SGX is saying that it has already been crossed, so maybe market's gonna open up with some gap up once again, and then it's gonna come a little bit down, and then it's again gonna shoot up towards on the upper side towards the 18,000. And talking about the rejection point, so why I'm saying is that 18,000 is going to be the rejection. The very first point is that it's going to be a psychological level. And talking about the swings which are made, the candles, and you can see that this at this particular point as well, in this kind of a upside movement also, 18,000 was something which acted as a good resistance, right? And talking about this particular point, again there was a selling. You can look at the size of this red candle which was formed. So I'm definitely expecting the sellers to come into this particular picture. They will definitely try to move the market down, and also you can look at this particular swing. So there are so many swings, and there are so much of the momentum, so much of the movement which had happened around this particular range. So market has to take a little bit of halt, or maybe just the consolidation is going to happen at least for a week, or maybe for like more than a week. Just the consolidation will be there in this particular range. So market made, even if there is going to be a red candle in the coming week, then it will be made around this particular range. So yeah, that's going to be a clearly an indication for the consolidation in this particular range. So yeah, that's the only point which I wanted to mention. I will definitely try to though there's going to be only 3 days, but we can take some safe strangles, and based on that we can capture some good points. So that's what I'm expecting, and that's what my analysis is saying. So if we will just have to talk about the intradays, that how we can get the clear indication that the selling has been started and we can short the upper levels. So what I've been thinking is that there are some good points which can be taken care. There are some good swings which has been made in the market in the 15 minutes chart. Based upon that, we can get some clear indications. You can see that Thursday and Friday, just the consolidation was there. Let me just make a triangle over here. Okay. let me remove this particular thing. Okay, so let me draw a range over here. Based on that, we can try to understand what can be there. So as you can see that from this consolidation, what I've been expecting, if the buying has to be there, then the market has to cross these particular highs which has been made, because as you can see that this high was made on Thursday as well as today as well. So Thursday and Friday both are making the same kind of a pattern. I mean, it was trying to go from on the upper side, starting from this particular point 720, 715, but it was not able to cross that particular level. So I'm expecting the buying to happen when the market, when the live market, when it's going to cross this particular range. So maybe there is going to be a gap up. There's going to be a gap up on Wednesday that itself is going to cross this particular range. So maybe the bulls are going to get active once again, and that they may take the market on the upper side. But if we have to take the consideration of the selling, then I'm expecting this swing first confirmation is going to be this particular range 640 to 650, and the second confirmation is going to be this 17600. If the market's going to start giving the closing beyond this, below this particular level, then we can expect the selling to get triggered, and we can take the target towards 17500, somewhere around this particular point 520. So easily 80 points can be captured, talking about the selling side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, talking about the selling, if we'll just have to take some more confirmation, we can take the swings of the previous days, and based on that we can try to just trail the range and trail the profits that we're going to be capturing from the selling side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Talking about the indications that we are getting from the chart, 15 minutes is definitely going to give us the hints for the selling side, and on the weekly's perspective, what I'm expecting is that higher side is going to be 18,000, and from the bottom side, if you want to just go completely safe, then you can go for the 17,000, and maybe 17,200 is also something which is going to be a good safe strangle for this particular week, though the premium is going to be low, but you can try to capture that. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. And talking about the next thing which I wanted to mention, so you can see that the sector wise movement, metal, energy, everything was in green. Just the IT sector was down by 1%, but that was not a major fall. Talking about all other sectors are pretty much good in green, 1.64 on the metal, energy was 1.88, and reality was also 0.65. So auto was something which did not perform very much. It was just clearly a 0%. So there was neither any upside or nor any kind of a upside movement. So talking about the overall selling from the FIs, DIs, you can see that from the last week itself, just the continuous buying is happening from their side. Today as well, FI was on the buyer's side. Okay, so let me just, okay, so you can see that overall FI buying was strong, and just a small amount of selling was there. It's not a small amount, but talking about the comparison that we do from the previous days, we can say that it was on the lesser side. So yeah, just the buying is going on from the side, from the FIs, continuous buying is going on. You can see that 12th August, 11th August, 10th of August, just the buying is there, right? Overall from the FI side. So that's a clear and good indication that there's going to be a good amount of buying that's going to happen in the market. And based upon that, we can try to trail our profits. We can go on the upper side. So yeah, it's a bull run, and we should be taking a fun of that, and we should be able to keep on trailing our profits, and we can capture some good points. Overall, it's a bull run that has been going on in the market, but at the same time, we just need to be a little bit cautious that who knows what's going to happen, and the volatility will be there, and based on that, selling is going to happen. But talking about the India VIX was also kind of around 17.5 today. So yeah, it was overall a good day. Just the consolidation was there for the option sellers. It's going to be a good day, I would say. You can easily take the profits from the DK. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. That's what the analysis is saying, and I hope you like the analysis. I hope you like the discussion. So if you like it, just give it a thumbs up, and if you have any kind of a comments or any kind of feedback, you can share that in the comment box. And thanks for watching. See you next time.